extend that to these guys as well. So I mean, we have the inside of the all chat. I can tell you guys, it's been nothing but respect. They were all, you know, you can see it in the camp of NASR as well. Smiles on the camera, man. They're probably having fun. You can still have fun when you lose Counter-Strike, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it's all about your mindset. So let's see them test the metal on a map that should make things even more difficult. We get a hell of a clash here over towards the A ramp. And Gamezilla actually comes up with a crucial kill. Keeps it even for a moment, but then he's blown to smithereens. Man's in a million pieces.
A ton of utility here for the T side. Double nades to the sandbags and flashes to come in. Additional smokes. And it looks like they're putting them all to good use. The Boros peak comes through. Rotation is coming back towards B. Misinformed a little bit. Bibu, thinking that they were going to run it back, decided to rotate over. But, yeah, it's pretty much an evacuated A site. So the plant should come down soon. And it seems like they're curious as to why nobody has peaked yet.
Where are you, Bibu? And the answer's on the other side of the map. So,
yeah. So if this is the upset of all upsets, right? Dust 2 is one thing, but basically no one can beat Gambit on Vertigo at all. Nobody wants to play them on Vertigo. They're the Vertigo gods at the moment. Perfect map for a bunch of Zoomers to have championed.
of course,
The newest map to the pool.
Zoomers and Hobbit.
That's true.
Remember, he's locking it down.
Yeah, that's true. Does a Hobbit have a kid? He's married.
I know he's definitely married.
He got married like 3 years ago. So maybe, I don't know if he has.
26 years old is Hobbit.
Looking so youthful, though.
Very much so.
Okay. The force-up is in for NASR. Some utility deagles. Etc. Nafny gonna turn this corner and waiting for a flash. Finds the peak. Punished a bit through yellow. And he'll recede. I think it was dupreeh who just said sometimes these defaults a bit random, whether or not you can get the kills. And looks like Gamezilla's clapped one. I don't know where that was, over on the B side or?
Checking the radar, he killed a man in T-spawn. So I think he may have peeked top middle into T-spawn.
Let's go.
For a man named Gamezilla, he's locking it down for all the real gamers, dude. His deagle has looked like one of the biggest strengths out of NASR. If it's not his deag, then it's realized on the op. Those have been the clips we've gotten from these guys in their challenging of a Titan. So man advantage still with deagles to work. Realize, prepared to peek off short. You can hear this movement, so I mean, it's not a surprise that there are players here in position, but Hobbit challenges and takes away the headshot. 30 seconds. Not too much time to spare. Exile actually gets wrecked by the Deag of Dementor. And then he falls back. They're almost kind of offering the bomb site. And Boros, well, he holds flank. This is a deagle buy coming in from NASR.
Let's go.
And they have a 4v2 established, but they still have Hobbit and Shiro. And those were the two hot barrels of Dust 2. Bomb plant coming in from Hobbit. That's what NASR offered as they got the, double man advantage and kind of pedaled back ever so slightly. Hobbit with a kill. Has to get himself 3 more. A 1v4 from Hobbit versus deagles. And he's low HP with a Mac 10 now in this mix. Flashbangs perhaps, but Hobbit locks it down for Gambit.
Oh.
An ace in the second round.
Oh my. Yeah, it couldn't have been played better. Nicely done from Hobbit. Probably should have died. Boros did so much, the two deagles there in that rotation, but it's the 1v3 ultimately, as they can't put together one final bullet for him. Oh, sorry, is this 1v4? 1v3 with player...
1v4 with the ace.
Right.
Yes, sir. Technicalities. Impressive nonetheless. He survives the onslaught.
The only reason I think that NASR are going to get 10 rounds is because Pim says they're not going to. And on his 100% predictions, he's 100% wrong.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty excited for this upset coming from NASR.
At least he's got the, I give Pimp credit. He doesn't stop trying with the 100% predictions.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop trying with his tips and tricks either. It's hard to keep the guy down.
True.
Because he's slimy, slippery.
No credibility. There's nowhere to go but up.
Gamezilla, there it is. Another deagle kill. Finishes off Axile. And he takes to the corners. Vertigo is a map designed for the grasswalkers.
What's a grasswalker?
A grasswalker is the type of danger zone player who creeps around the entire map hiding in the bushes.
Oh, I see.
Danger zone maps have more foliage than other CS
in PUBG,
maps.
you would call those bushwookies, right?
They are very similar to bushwookies.
Okay. Different, same genus, different phylum.
There are 3 types of danger zone players.
Okay.
There are bump miners.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like the Rushleys of the world. There are grasswalkers.
Okay.
Who just stay outdoors and walk. And there are house dwellers.
House dwellers.
And those are the guys that play it like it's PUBG.
Yikes. If they could prone, they would.
If they yeah, exactly.
They could press D and follow me.
They'd be prone in the grass eating worms. That's what type of people they are. Gun round coming up from NASR. Let's see what they have to offer us. They've got the only op on the playing field right now here in the hands of Realize. And well, you know what? He's caught our attention before, so let's give him credit and let's give him a little benefit of the doubt. Headshot comes through from Hobbit, looking to challenge this B site, and they could pinch onto Boros pretty well. Poor guy gets hit up and lit up by Hobbit. There's the spray from Shiro, keeping it clean.
Sheesh.
Keeping it easy. Wearing cleats, they tear up the turf. Splitting into this B bomb site. Hobbit, nice off angle. When he jumps around making sound, Realize just beneath him, gets that no scope up close. Nafany, now he's at bat, and he'll seal the deal. A 4-0 start for Gambit.
Some sweet rifle work from Shiro. Half letting the recoil reset, and a beastly entry from Hobbit. This is so annoying because he's fighting this guy on default, his teammate's spamming through the smoke. You just don't know where to position your crosshair. And not to make this too serious, but just fundamentally, that's why map control is important. If you had bottom B stairs control, or if you're fighting mid properly there, your other teammate can't get bullied from those positions. So that's why you like to sometimes maintain some tension, hold on to some map control if possible. And that's what it looks like when setups collapse. Here's a push coming down mid. Walked and stopped by Shiro. This is sweaty. Boosted up, watching a boosted up angle.
Yeah. But, you know...
Do you watch Attack on Titan?
I've tried watching it twice. I get like 2 or 3 episodes in, and then I lose interest.
Oh, okay. Have you watched any other animes?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
That's where I draw the line.
Did you like them or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Dementor, Deagle, alongside Exile. Now he's kind of stuck in a position. Nafany wanted to dig him back, but it's the op of Shiro to slide through sight. Volley of grenades goes forward alongside bomb, and the plant is theirs with 40 seconds to spare. Mac 10 gives cover, but then it runs out, and that opens up a door for Bibu. But just as quickly as he goes through, him and his team sent packing. 5-0 start for Gambit, on fire as quick as can be.
I'm just saying, because I know these guys definitely watch anime.
Yeah, dude, you know how many of these players, because we're on the GOTV, so I see their Steam profile pictures.
Right.
Let me tell you,
They got the PFP.
half of the pro scene, bunch of anime profile picture players.
We interviewed Magisk the other day, and unprompted, at the end of the interview, just said, and by the way, guys, if you have an anime profile picture, you'll become 10% or more better.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He says your win rate will go up by at least a few percent.
And who are we to disagree with Magisk?
Of course, you guys saw it yourselves. Spirit earlier today, dismantling of the North American challenger in extra salt. Who could have used a little more pepper.
Nice try.
Thanks.
Molly sandbags here on the default. We don't have a full A hit coming in. Feels like they're just running this default, and the kills are coming. The fights, at least, are coming. No boosts or anything versus short shelf control. Very standard spots from the CTs. This is going to be very dangerous for the CTs. But, oh, it's actually the off of top. Sorry, I missed that.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Again, a bit more of an ambitious angle. You know, catching Gambit by surprise.
They need to do something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're here for, right? We're here to try and call out some nice plays, some potential on these players. And And then syrso's able to answer back. So he gets the 5v4, but he doesn't win the head-up op duel.
He hit him.
Oh, true enough, yeah.
Yeah. NT.
NT's in the chat. zywoo in the bomb site. Hands of Inter's busy as the bomb is planted. Flashbang comes over from elevator room, and Dementor tries to run through it. It's a good flash assist coming out of GameZilla, who then adds a kill to the tally. Here comes boros. Headshot v Axile leaves syrso to clutch, and well, that smoke on bomb could give him what he needs. He takes to the top, and syrso dodges back. This could be stuck.
Oh my God.
No kit.
He's running short shelf.
Oh man, now he's lost inside of the smoke. This is a 10-second stick. And the smoke is soon to fade. boros, are you gonna 10-second stick? No, you're not! His rumpus sticks out from smoke, and syrso skewers him inside of the bomb site to take Gambit's consecutive 6.
It kind of felt like that was actually working out. The 10-second stick felt like it was coming.
I feel like the problem was he lost himself inside of the smoke, so he didn't realize he was actually sticking out of it.
Right. Unlucky. Yeah, that moment, sometimes where you're completely smoke blind, but everybody can see your body.
Yeah.
You just can't see anything yourself.
boros.
But syrso does what he needs to do, and that's why they always leave him kind of last alive. He has an insane clutch win rate. He matched Simple for most clutches, I think, at one event.
Oh, well, then they do have a little bit in common.
They do, at least from that perspective. Although, I think Simple's teammates sometimes just fall around him. syrso waits for them to die.
With syrso, it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Still a couple deagles up here for the counter-terrorists. Molotov to the sky, sends the CT back. Utility commits, and the deagle damage is there, but it's just not nearly enough. Dementor gonna silently walk over as the B site has fallen and the bomb is planted. Inter's posted on this exact angle, hits the headshot to close, and Gambit keep that logo on fire.
I was thinking about that a lot. So Twigris, or Peter from HLTV, tweeted out, you did correct. Just that also Flamey was one more player. But just in general, that sentiment that this year, there's definitely going to be a couple of more CIS players in the top 20 is, it's so interesting because it always felt like CIS was a strong region, but clearly underrepresented, at least in terms of individuals. But this year feels like there's not a stronger region in terms of individuals. So what'll happen by the end of this year is a big question.
There's been 5 players from the CIS region in the top 20 ever. And Nafany, headshot onto Realize.
That was tricky. He had him enamored with that op fight down the ramp. Nafany kind of knew what was going on and had a perfect excuse to walk through that smoke.
There is a man waiting for you. I like that they're getting a bit more proactive. They try to put the op with eyes down ramp. They're trying to go for the 2-man B push, but Axile's got some sweaty B angles. And he gets himself just that 1 kill traded out by Bibu. Inter's here to take the place of the fallen Gambit player.
And as soon as he goes back to get that information, he takes that 1 risk. They can just follow up. Bibu's running like, okay, I've at least bought myself 20 seconds. Little does he know, they're just not scared. They immediately came to peek it. And it's actually an overstaffed A site, which means that someone should, you know, potentially be peeking here. So I wonder if syrso is somewhat surprised.
Unlucky.
Uncovered. Not expectant of this lurk whatsoever, but it absolutely should have been.
syrso.
Another kill for him. Doesn't
Man's
matter what
nearly
gun he
invincible.
needs. Yeah.
They're still going to continue with their B bomb plant because those 2 kills draws Bibu to the opposite side. syrso magnetized the solo B hold, who would have had a 1v3 on site. Instead, the bomb plant before he even has a chance to fire back. 8 rounds in a row coming out of Gambit, shooting for that flawless T-half. And they are beyond the halfway point now.
It was like that game with Liquid and Dignitas yesterday. You know, I'm not sure. I don't think they would win, but I think they do need to try to fight more down the ramp instead of letting that, you know, taking the fights from the site in those passive positions. You just cannot give Gambit that much control. But they also have to be comfortable in those positions, playing from Henny and sandbags and stuff like that. But it's just what you sign up for. One of my favorite parts about how the way Counter-Strike is developed overall throughout most teams is that in general the game has become a little bit more aggressive. And I think that's really awesome because it can just be boring to have a game. It just becomes slower and more careful as people get better. But that's not the actual best way to win rounds in Counter-Strike, which makes things more exciting to watch. So I really enjoy watching these more aggressive CT sides and CT setups be the standard way to play.
Ooh, that's hefty nade damage. 3 players almost to the halfway point. And they hold their own. They lock into their positions. zywoo just made a bit of a step on wood, so I think nawwk's expecting this flash through. You saw him play the counter, and it works out superbly.
They needed to put more pressure down when he was going for that. But you're right, they gave him the audible as well. And total silence in the flash, so not much reason to think about anything else.
A failed boost attempt, as it wasn't in the best of position, and they give it up. Deagle player by Tarp, called out here by nawwk, continues and commits with the spray down to get that double man advantage. Hard secured. Now, at least they've evacuated the A site. We've got NASR closer to the desired target here of Gambit. Maybe they can put up some kind of a hold, but again, weapon disadvantage, no armor on Dementor, and even if he had a helmet, Hobbit takes his head off. Final peek out from boros, also clamped down. 9 rounds in a row for Gambit.
Looking for the 16-0. Oops, did I jinx it? Sorry.
How dare you?
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
That's right.
Even I'm not powerful enough to stop it.
Power up, noob.
I really like the execute with all of the Molotovs, the late smokes that come down. That looked incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
The quad molly, the backside pillar molly, and then just taking the open duels on the site instead of throwing too many smokes down, because sometimes that just gives you gives your opponents a way to find tricky positions to walk in or one way. So what do we do now? Back towards the A-round fight, and NASR are going to meet them halfway here with the push. And boros almost finds, oh my god, how did nawwk even, was there a player right beside him?
That was boros close, but I don't know if he didn't have a teammate.
That was insane.
Yeah, there was 2 smoke grenades, and then a small pocket between them.
Oh, I see what it is, yeah.
Where nawwk and boros decided to meet. nawwk takes the duel.
Well, I respect it.
Man behind the sandbag.
He doesn't have a smoke for himself.
No.
Realize does. But yeah, quite a precarious situation, and yeah, that's an issue, yeah.
Now,
short shelf gets abused.
at least, you know, they could still be very well aware of this, of course. And yeah, nawwk on high alert is gonna come clear him. No mistakes being made by Gambit. They are not giving any wiggle room to NASR, even with this 9-0 lead. I don't think we're seeing the same Gambit that began on Dust 2. You know, where some audacious plays were being made. This is them locking it down, Launders.
At least since they kind of feel like they will win, at least now they can have a goal. Like, okay, if we get like a perfect half or something, like that's some kind of next level accomplishment.
But around, oh, how dare you?
Damn.
How dare you? The style points as he flies around the building.
This is the kill.
This is the opening one.
He eats the flash right there, and then I guess he's not blind enough, sees a shadow and just hits this insane shot. boros had him dead to rights. That was a good flash, too.
Chases down Gamezilla, gets the reload, and then dabbing on him.
Wow. Let's go again, 10-0. We need one for dignity here, NASR.
All right, 5v4. Deagle's up. Deagle's up.
This is it.
nawwk down. This is the one?
Because they almost won that other round with just Eagles. They played carefree. Oh, he didn't want to fight anymore.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's not your choice. Oh, and Hobbit, man, he's crisp.
Nice.
He's been like the king of the anti-ecos in this series.
Yeah.
We saw that 1v4 clutch in the second round when things were their most challenging for Gambit. That was the best chance of a round win from the CTs we've seen yet, but zywoo gets a head turn, and just as Exile has that like warning sign, that sixth sense, it tingles. But not fast enough on the 180 check. Now enters with vision deep down the ramp, 2 CTs about to peek. I mean, hell, they could just hold them back with utility, not even needing to challenge. The CTs smoked themselves off. That's the white flag if I've ever seen it. You guys can have it. You guys can have it.
Did they really?
That was a CT smoke.
Please don't hunt us down in this post plant.
Can we keep the AK? They're like trying to barter, but they don't speak the same language.
Yeah.
Damn.
11
to 0.
Is it coming? I mean, do you see the 15-0 coming, or?
Yeah. I mean, the best teams in the world can't challenge Gambit on Vertigo.
Yeah.
And NASR are not one of the best teams in the world.
That's really sound logic.
Thank you.
I mean, it doesn't really have to go much farther than that. But there's always the thing that happens at the end of the half.
Yeah, where you let off the gas pedal.
It just happens randomly. So the second last round or the last round.
Double op setup this time. And I mean, I'm not looking at this game with the upset in mind. I'm looking in this game at a round-on-round basis. Again, just looking for the moments. Looking for the highlights. Looking for the fun. Believe it or not, there's not much fun about 11-0, but I think there is something fun about having a chance to play versus players that you very much look up to. So make of it what you will. If you can't empathize with NASR and see that this is a great chance for them, then something wrong with you.
Exile is a professional angle holder.
Yeah, like I learned as a sweaty B player,
Yeah.
as a troll down in the dungeons of the lower B bomb site. That is who I watch for inspiration. There are what feels like a million angles down there. All of them sweatier than the previous.
B play is coming.
zywoo, the B bomb holder. 3 players ahead of him, 4 players ahead of him, and he hits the op shot. This could be the one. Man advantage up from NASR. He dodges back behind Big Green, posts on another angle, and hits that shot too. 2v4 turned 2v3, and Hobbit up close drop. Now it's on to shiro, but we talk about shiro in the clutch. He grabs the AK-47 and sprints, and he is going to outplay this at the very least. He will, or should, find that bomb plant. It's going to be curious to see how long they wait before they rotate over.
We need a movie mode for this. He ran for the perfect amount of time, and he'll be able to score the plant. And it looks like they're just assuming he's going to come back. They're a little bit slow here. The smoke will go down just in case they made that hasty rotation. But now the odds swing a little bit. If they don't come and fight
Here's
this
it.
early, they do. Realize.
got it.
Jumps up. They grab the round. They extinguish the flame. They put it down. 11-1. And it wasn't a lucky round. It was a great round from zywoo. He played it so well to Nafny dying, of course, on the A lurk, and then the way that zywoo held on to the B side by timing that peak, that was super nice. He looked like a primary in that moment.
Just takes to it, man. I like that, Could have waited to play the 2v1. Doesn't want to even offer him the chance. Commits to the flyover. A second away from shiro getting his gun back in his hands. The 0 is gone. The goose egg shattered.
Sedge.
11-1. Still 3 rounds to play. And another opening kill. Sometimes they say the first one's the hardest.
It's a fact. They see they can do it now. Off through the answer.
Dementor getting himself the 5v3. There's a bit of room to recover. Let's see if somebody from Gambit decides to just take over this round, put their name on it.
Scary how many times the rifles have come out and out-dueled Hoppers in that position. And look how aware Hobbit is, the way that he back pedals in that kill. It's now 3v3 from 3v5 with 2 A players dead. They know the rest are rotators. They actually seem to be thinking that somebody else is still here. But they've established that Sandbags is clean. And all the CTs couldn't be in any more regular positions.
And shot over smoke. Hobbit with another one. The king of clawing back the man disadvantage. Exile not going to prioritize plant just yet. They've got 30 seconds to spare. Inters gives that cover. Boros, all that's left over, already playing half HP. He gets the better of Hobbit. A 1v3 from Boros could at least be a clip, and he just needs one more. But Exile shuts it down and gets Gambit right back into their winning ways.
NT, that was very nicely played. But this was also pretty incredible. You know, of course, the Mentor has to peek that. But Hobbit was just so damn ready. Another 3 for him. And, you know, Hobbit's regularly finishing series on the top of the board. He's not the experienced player that won a major that's chilling now. He's leading by example. He's very much core on this team. And, yeah, quite often, I mean, seriously, just carrying. He is such an insane rifler. And a two-way player at that.
M4 from Boros inside the site. A little bit of cover here by boxes. Hits the dink to Nafany, but he then dies out to Shiro, leaving the Deagle inside of the site with teammates coming over. And in time, Dementor flash assist on the play, plus the M4 frag. GameZilla back down behind them. We know his Deag can kit. Oh, wait. Oh, GameZilla.
He's gonna.
Oh, he's behind him. Back of the head to Shiro, AK in his hands, and Exile swarm from both sides. NASR double the round count. GameZilla slipping behind them and executing clean.
Well, we're awake now. The 1 round, and then last round, you know, they lost, but it was from a 5v3 to a 1v1 to here, another clean one. They shut it down. They stand their grounds. And this was a funny spot. As the lurk goes awry. Last round of the half, can we put 3 together? You could see Game hearing all of these players running up towards A ramp. Just doesn't mean a lot for the moment. But look, they're taking the fight to Gambit. They're getting the damage in. This is nicely done.
That's what they were looking for in some earlier rounds in the first
man.
portion of this, but Nafany just too crisp. Let's see if Realize has got some op shots in store. There's one. Just misses the side of the T and the Deag, not enough, but Boros comes in with an AK headshot. Trade frags efficient. And that bomb now sinking back towards the B site.
Just to make his life miserable.
I mean, they can afford to run away. That gives him the info, but then he can't sprint without telling them that he's going B, in which case they turn back. It's such a tough spot to be the CT in that situation, and as they decide to take the express lane, he can't get in time. They're going to run boost a player into the site, and he's offset the crosshair enough. More than half the health is gone, re-peeks in, and ends this half with only the 2 rounds. But 2 is better than 0, folks. Gambit only 3 rounds away from sending NASR packing.